Nneka, I have intention of...
Ada didn't let him to finish.
Get out of my house. Nneka is too young for marriage. Don't you have sisters in your own family?
Chibuzo, shocked and embarrassed, left immediately. Nneka stood frozen, her face flushed with anger and humiliation.
Ada, why did you do that?
Nneka screamed. Ada folded her arms.
If I didn't get married as the first daughter of this family, nobody will.
Mma, who had been quietly observing, finally spoke.
Ada, this is not fair. Just because you don't want to get married doesn't mean we shouldn't.
But Ada wasn't paying attention to her. Once upon a time, in the vibrant city of Okuzo, there was a well-known family with 4 children, 3 daughters and a son. Their father, late Chief Eze, was a respected elder when he was alive, and their mother, Ezinne, was a kind and industrious woman. The first daughter, Ada, was the pride of the family. Her beauty was unmatched, and her intelligence was celebrated across Okuzo.
Ada,
Ezinne called from the kitchen.
You are the shining star of this family. See how you have made all of us proud.
Ada, always modest, would smile and wave it off. But deep down, she took pride in being the role model her siblings admired. After graduating from the university, Ada secured a lucrative job and bought her family a house in the city. Her siblings, Nneka, Mma, and their little brother, Chike, adored her. However, behind Ada's beauty and accomplishments lay a heart shattered by heartbreak. One evening, the family gathered in the living room after dinner. The laughter of Chike, who was teasing Nneka about her cooking, filled the air. Ada, sitting quietly in the corner, watching them with a distant look in her eyes.
Ada, why are you so quiet? You are always thinking these days.
Ezinne asked. Ada forced a smile.
Nothing, Mama. I'm just tired from work.
But the truth was far more painful. Her fiancé, Emeka, whom she had loved with all her heart, had left her for her best friend when she was in university. The betrayal stung like a wound that refused to heal. After that heartbreak, Ada decided she was done with love. Men are nothing but heartbreakers, she told herself one night as she cried herself to sleep. Months turned into years, and suitors continued to knock on their door. Handsome, wealthy men from all over Okuzo came to propose to Ada, but she chased every single one of them away.
You think I need a man to complete me? Go and tell your mother to find you another girl,
she would shout, slamming the door. Her siblings found her behavior amusing at first. But before I continue with this story, I want to thank all my subscribers for your love and support. And if you are a returning viewer, please do well to subscribe to my little channel. like and share. And for my returning subscribers, hey, thank you for your love. I really do appreciate. Pick your popcorn, let's get back to the story. Her siblings found her behavior amusing at first. Nneka teased her consistently.
Ada, at this rate, you will scare away all the men in Okuzo.
But Ada's bitterness soon extended to her sisters. One sunny afternoon, a young man named Chibuzo came to their house to ask for Nneka's hand in marriage. He arrived in a shiny black USV, carrying a basket of gifts. Chike opened the door and yelled,
Nneka, someone is here to see you.
Nneka brushed as she adjusted her dress. She stepped out to greet Chibuzo, but before she could say a word, Ada stormed into the living room.
What do you want here?
She asked, her tone icy.
I came to see Nneka. I have intention of...
Ada didn't let him to finish.
Get out of my house. Nneka is too young for marriage. Don't you have sisters in your own family?
Chibuzo, shocked and embarrassed, left immediately. Nneka stood frozen, her face flushed with anger and humiliation.
Ada, why did you do that?
Nneka screamed. Ada folded her arms.
If I didn't get married as the first daughter of this family, nobody will.
Mma, who had been quietly observing, finally spoke.
Ada, this is not fair. Just because you don't want to get married doesn't mean we shouldn't.
But Ada wasn't paying attention to her.
This is my house, and as long as you live under my roof, no one is getting married.
Ezine, her mother, was not comfortable with Ada's behavior towards her sisters. One early morning, Ezine woke Ada up from her sleep as she talked to her.
Ada, my daughter, for the first daughter of the family to get married before her younger ones is in the olden days culture. It has been abolished. It no longer exists in this new generation. So please, allow your sisters to get married. I want to carry my own grandchildren.
Ada nodded, but she never listened to her mother's advice. From that day on, Ada made it to her mission to sabotage every marriage proposal that came for her sisters. When another suitor, Ifani, came for Mma, Ada poured water on him and his gifts. Ifani slipped and fell, ruining his white abada, and left muttering curses under his breath. Nneka and Mma became the subject of gossip in Okuzo. At the market, women whispered,
Those Eze girls will never marry. Their elder sister is a witch.
The tension in the house grew unbearable. One night, during dinner, Nneka slammed her plate on the table.
Ada, you are ruining our lives. Do you want us to die single like you?
Watch your mouth, little rat.
Ada warned, but her voice cracked. Chike, the youngest, tried to lighten the mood.
Maybe Ada just wanted us all to stay together forever.
He joked, but nobody laughed. At some point, Ada felt her control over her sisters is slipping off her fingers. Ada decided to take a drastic action. Later one night, she dressed up and headed to the Okuzo River, a place known for its mysterious powers. The river goddess, a mystical being feared by all, was said to grant wishes at a price. On getting to the river, Ada knelt by the river bank, the moonlight reflecting on the water.
"Oh, great goddess of Okusu River, please come. I need your help,"
she called. The water rippled, and a figure emerged. A beautiful woman with 8 hands, eyes as deep as the ocean.
What do you seek, child?
"I want the power to stop my sisters from getting married,"
Ada said. The goddess stared at her for a long moment before speaking.
I can grant your wish, but it came with a condition. On the first day of every month, you must perform a ritual by this riverside. If anyone sees you, the power will backfire.
Ada agreed without hesitation. The next morning, Nneka and Mma woke up feeling strangely indifferent to marriage. When another suitor came to Nneka, she looked him in his eyes and said,
Marriage? I'm not interested. Leave my house now.
Mma do the same too. She began acting out, throwing stones at men who came to see her.
Go and marry a goat,
she shouted at one unfortunate suitor. Ada watched with satisfaction as her sisters became the talk of the town. But Mma, ever curious, began to notice Ada's secret late-night disappearances. One night, she followed Ada to the river and hid behind a tree. She watched in horror as Ada chanted an incantations, her voice echoing in the still night. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning struck the ground near Ada.
Ada,
Mma screamed, running towards her. Ada turned, her eyes wide with fear.
"You are not supposed to see this,"
she cried. But it was too late. The power of the ritual turned against Ada. She collapsed, her mind unrevealing. The once confident Ada, now wandering the streets of Okuzo, speaking to herself and chasing children around the street. Meanwhile, Nneka and Mma felt a weight left from their shoulders. They began to welcome suitors with open arms, and soon both of them got married to kind, wealthy men. Their weddings were the talk of the town, and their new lives were filled with love and prosperity. As for Ada, her family worked tirelessly to find a cure for her madness. Months later, a priest finally restored her sanity. Though Ada chose to remain single, she found joy in her sister's happiness and became a loving aunt to their children. The lesson of this story is that bitterness and jealousy can destroy not only your happiness, but also the happiness of those around you. Ada's refusal to let go of her pain and her attempts to control her sister's life led to her own downfall. However, the story also teaches that love, forgiveness, and allowing others to live their lives freely can bring peace and joy to everyone. Holding on to anger only hurts yourself, but letting go brings healings and new beginning. The end.